This is where we live now.
Nice.
I mean, this is where
It's very different from our last home.
This is where we've always lived.
This is our home before our last home.
Which was Disney.
Yeah.
Because they say welcome home.
Uh-huh.
You just...
Alright, good morning guys. We are at a hotel on our way home. We are finally, I think, going to go to a pool for the first time this vacation. We've been intending to do it like every single day, and we've done it none of the days. So this hotel has later checkout than most. The checkout is at 12. So we're gonna go and go for a quick swim, I think, before we pack up and leave.
I appreciate how empty this hotel is because they're renovating.
Mm-hmm.
It's very nice for us.
It is very nice for us.
Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 Well, I think we just wrote our intro song.
What?
That.
That? That's improvising random shit in the elevator with going on in the background?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Alright, we are finally in the car and about to get on the road. Jane is grabbing us some lunch. I'm excited because I'm really hungry. I've gotten used to eating like every morning, which I don't traditionally do, but after a week of it, my body's like, hello, food please. So, there's not a lot around here. We are being bad gays with our Starbucks and Chick-fil-A, but I don't know. I still love it. It's still good, and there's no ethical consumption under capitalism. So, you know what? It's one day, and it's delicious, and I'm eating it. Fight me. And while I'm here and I'm waiting for Jane to get our food, I'm going to touch on one thing very briefly, and that thing is the ethics of checking people out. See, I have no problem if, like, I'm somewhere and someone's, like, checking me out. I don't care if they're, like, very obviously staring, checking me out. Like, it's fine. Like, humans are, like, sexually attracted to other people. You know, that's totally fine. It doesn't bother me. But it's when, like, people are, like, looking at me and I'm like, hi, like, how are you doing? And they're, like, just continue to stare in exactly the same way they were staring before, that it gets kind of creepy and comes off as kind of predatory. I don't know, I just had a moment like that in the hotel today, and that was weird, but that's okay, that's how things go. I also keep realizing, I'm like, why are people not understanding my interactions here? And I'm like, right, because here, I have a very strong accent, so Maybe I should try, I did live down in the south for like a year and a half, so I do have a southern accent when I want to use it, but just haven't used it so far this trip. So we'll see if I do at any point. It'll be fun. Jane also had a funny miscommunication. So in Georgia, when you want like a Coke, like a Coca-Cola, say like a Coke or a Coca-Cola, because Coke is just the word that they use for all like soda pop or soda or pop or fizzy beverage, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but their word for all of them is Coke. And so Jane goes down to that, and she's like, hey, you guys have a Coke machine? And they're like, no, we just had to take it out, but I can get you one. Like, what kind do you want? And she's, you know, the desk person, Jane's like, just like a Coke. And she's like, so like, I don't know, like looks Jane up and down, so like a Sprite? And Jane's like, no, like a Coca-Cola. So she came back to the room and I had to explain it to her, but it was super funny. It's a good time. So, welcome to Georgia, I guess. The land of Cokes. But yeah, so I'm excited to finally hit the road. I don't know. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. We are finally in Tennessee. It's now like 9, so we have a long way to go, but we are like more than halfway home. We'll probably be there in like, well, most people would normally get up for work in the morning, so we'll get to sleep. We just had some Bojangles, which is Jane's first time eating Bojangles. The man judged us heavily because we got kind of ADD and we're like, well, I want this thing and you want that thing, and so let's just order like this family pack, because I think part of it was like we forgot how much food you get in the South when you order food. So we're like, yeah, sure, it's $20, that'll be fine. Like, so we order a $21 family pack, which comes with a half gallon of Suete and like just, you know, 12 pieces of chicken, and it's massive. So we just ate like half of it, and the other half is in here for, I guess, whenever we get hungry in the middle of the night, which is going to happen, so that's great. But yeah, what do you think of Bojangles?
It was
Jane?
delicious. I really liked it.
It was, yeah. Dakota didn't know what to do with us back there.
No, he did not.
That poor teenage boy who was working there was like,
what do I do with a disabled lesbian?
Yep, it was great. Also disabled lesbians who order obscene amounts of food. Also the people next to waiting for their food from the drive-thru found it very amusing, like watching me get into the car. They were like, what's going to happen next? I don't really know. It was like watching a dinner show for them, and that's cool, I get it, but it was kind of amusing.
Alright, you ready to get going?
Yeah, so we gotta hit the road, and we'll hopefully talk to you guys a lot closer to home. Alright guys, we are almost home. It is 6:20 in the morning, and we just paused briefly in Ann Arbor to have Jane tag in for driving, because I was, oh, there goes the tripod. I was at this point where I'm like, oh yeah, I feel like I'm not like falling asleep, but I'm getting like fuzzy every like couple minutes. Every minute felt like 10 minutes, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna wake her up. So I woke Jane up, and now she's driving. And it was a good reason too, because we get in the parking lot, and then I'm like, how do you read the road to figure out which one is the entrance to the parking lot and which one is it? And I'm like, is that what it's called? Is it called reading a road? And Jen's like, I don't know, honey. It's fine. Just go that way. And I'm like, okay. It's just like, she means seeing the road. I'm like, seeing, that's a verb. And then I go, she's like, okay, you gonna get our honey? And I'm like, okay, yep. And she's like, okay, do you want to set the parking brake, like, for the car to park? And it's like, how do I do that? And then I was like staring at the lever. I'm like, oh. So now Jane's driving, because she's probably a much safer driver than I am right now. But it'll be fun. I'm excited. We're gonna be home, but we're gonna go get our cat tomorrow.
Today.
It's not, no. It's tomorrow. If you sleep, then it becomes tomorrow.
But you're only gonna sleep for like 4 hours.
It still counts.
Okay.
4 hours sleep is still real sleep. Okay, remember when my PTSD was really bad and I slept like 1.5 hours a night for like 11 months?
Yep.
Yep, so that's still real sleep, guys. If you're sleeping, it's real sleep, and this is why I don't take naps. So,
Then it'd be the next day.
yeah, no, actually naps make like my dementia really bad, and like I can't like make memories for the rest of the day because my brain doesn't know where to sort them. But like, it's not today, it's not tomorrow, we're just throwing it in the hole. It doesn't exist anymore. It's a real memory. So it's fun. I don't know. Alright, we're gonna get home and then I'm so tired. Take stuff out of the car. Ooh, travel vlogging.
Go to bed, honey.
Yeah. Yeah. I will.
Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. There's snow on the ground.
Oh, wow. I forgot what snow looked like.
It looks like
It's
this.
so cool. It's like someone turned the ground into concrete.
It does not feel like concrete under your feet. It is in fact very slippery.
What does it feel like under your wheels?
Crunchy.
Oh, you can see the stars in this, I think. Or I'm just really tired.
You're really, really tired.
Okay, well, it's still pretty. Oh man, we're almost home. We're almost home. Oh man,
Oh, you remember where home is? That's good.
I'm so excited. I didn't remember until now, but I'm like, oh, we're almost home. It's like a puppy. I'm like, oh, I can tell now. It smells like home or something. Oh, wow.
Here we are.
Woo! So good. Wow, it's light out now. We made it home.
Yep.
Okay.
Next to Zoe. This is where we live now.
Nice.
I mean, this is where
It's very different from our last home.
this is where we've always lived.
This is our home before our last home.
Which was Disney,
Yeah.
because they say welcome home.
Mhm.
You just
Alright guys, it's now technically the night after we got home, but the battery died on us and we fell asleep, and then today has been a bad rush of getting stuff done that we need to get done, and then I went to a fundraising gala tonight. So
no big deal.
not a big deal. I mean, I work a non-profit. Fundraising galas are just a thing. So it was an adventure. We did it. We made it home. We didn't die. I was very sleepy. Jane had to take over for me, driving for like the last 25 minutes.
Probably.
Yeah, it was nuts. I was very out of it. Then I got home, and then so we still have stairs in our house, so I have to like awkwardly still try to walk in our house. And I like barely made it inside and up to the like I guess like half level where we live, and then I managed to like fall like this way into one wall of the hallway, and then trying to correct my balance, fall and hurt myself on the other wall, and then onto the first wall, and then onto that wall. I literally went back and forth like 8 times. It was like a cartoon where like someone's getting bashed back and forth by like a pair of like a wrecking ball or something. It was hilarious. And then like I was like, ow, I'm getting into bed. So that's what I did, and then I fell asleep, and so that's why we didn't finish the vlog last night.
Yes.
Yep.
And then we woke up and we returned the car.
Yep. Which was fun. You had to explain to the guy at the car place what hand controls were.
Yeah, because we showed up like 3 minutes before they closed.
Yep. Because they closed at noon, and we got in at like, what, 8 in the morning?
Yeah. So
we needed to sleep like 3 hours before we took it in.
yeah, and so we get there at like 11:57, and I'm like, sorry, we need to like take the hand controls out. And he's like, what's the gas level? And I'm like, oh no, we didn't fill up the gas tank. And he's like, well, it's $10 a gallon, so you should go to the gas station next door and fill it up. And I'm like, well, are you willing to wait for us? And he's like, yeah, I'll save you $120. So thank you to that nice man. Also,
Was it the same nice man as before?
it was the same nice man as before.
He's nice.
But also, $10 a gallon is a ridiculous charging fee for gas when the gas station's next door.
It is. Yeah, this is true. But it's okay, we survived. I'm excited to see our friends soon. We still haven't eaten so it's like a tradition for me that when you get back from a trip, you eat Chinese food. We still haven't done that yet. So the trip's not technically over.
So tomorrow, the trip will be over.
But because this camera's really big, and at some point I'll get a smaller one and then maybe I'll do daily vlogging for real. But it's very heavy and I don't want to carry it around everywhere for the rest of my life. So this is still the end of the trip vlog. Even if emotionally it's not the end of the trip. Maybe I'll put in some weird B-roll of us eating Chinese food tomorrow.
It's really good Chinese food that we're gonna go eat.
I'm so excited. And they have roll ice cream too. And boba.
Yeah, so excited for bubble tea.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
Alright guys. We're gonna go to bed.
Good night.
Good night guys.